What's up YouTube, ThrottleFiend here, and welcome to my channel. This is my introduction video and what I hope will be a catalog of videos to help give back to the motorcycling community. We all start somewhere, and I'm no different. When I was thinking about taking the MSF course and looking at bikes, I was provided a lot of helpful information from motovloggers, and so I want to do the same for you. So, a little bit about me and my motorcycle journey. I took the MSF class the last weekend of September in 2018. I passed and went to the DMV on October 1st to become a newly minted rider. Shortly after that, I purchased my first bike, a 2019 Harley-Davidson Iron 883 in Wicked Red. I took delivery and rode it home roughly 20 miles from the dealership. The next afternoon, I decided to go out and ride some neighborhood roads to get better acquainted. I rode around for about an hour and decided to head home. I ended up at a stoplight about 5 blocks from my house. I downshifted into what I thought was first gear and waited for the light to turn green as a car pulled up behind me. When the light turned green, I slowly let out the clutch and gently rolled on the throttle as I was taught, but the bike stalled. It was in second gear. The car pulled up right behind me. I got flustered. I grabbed the clutch lever, slammed the bike down into first. I dumped the clutch while giving the bike a little too much throttle. This automatically threw me back, which of course gave the bike even more throttle. If you're new to riding, you might hear it referred to as whiskey throttle or something similar. The handlebars went into a sort of death wobble, and at about the halfway point of the intersection, I was thrown off the back of the bike. The bike slid through the rest of the intersection, slammed into the curb, and I was left with some road rash that would leave minor scarring. You see, I hadn't purchased all my gear yet. I had boots, gloves, and a full-face helmet, but I hadn't bought my jacket yet as I wasn't sure which one I wanted. I wore my old Army-issued Gore-Tex parka jacket instead. The hoodie and t-shirt held up pretty good, but my skin underneath it, not so much. I also didn't have an engine guard or anything else on the bike. The front wheel was broken, the exhaust and gas tank were dented, the rear brake lever and foot peg were mangled, and the triple tree had damage. After the repair estimate came in, Geico completely totaled the bike. To their credit, they didn't immediately cancel me or even raise my rates. Since it was about to start snowing soon, my season was over. I ordered another Iron 883 in January of 2019, this time in rugged gold denim. I was given an early April delivery date from the factory. I ordered an engine guard to be installed, and when a pair of leather hard saddlebags at the dealership went on deep discount and I had a gift certificate, I picked them up and had the dealer install them before I picked the bike up. I also ordered some Willie G Skull accessory parts as well. When I picked the bike up in mid-April, I was super excited. I'd finally get to go riding again and make up for the stupid mistakes I'd made the previous October and begin my motorcycle journey in earnest. I was also pumped to get some miles under my belt because, like the last bike, this one came with a Harley Freedom Promise, which would let me ride it until the end of August in 2020, and if I decided to upgrade to a Softail or even a touring model, HD would give me back what I paid in MSRP towards the value of a new bike. Unfortunately, some dark days lay ahead of me. PTSD reared its ugly head. I'm a Persian Gulf veteran and have lived through some stuff, but it all paled in comparison to this. There were times I couldn't even bring myself to look at my gear. Other times, I'd get geared up only to decide that I wasn't able to go out and ride. It was weird though, because the few times that I did get out and ride, I handled it just fine. Was I 100% comfortable on those rides? No, but I did what I had to do. The one day in late May of this year, I came to the realization that while my fears were legit, I couldn't let them rule over me. That and one of my best friends since high school, Jay, rode his Dyna up from Syracuse to go riding with me. That was a great ride and I really got my confidence as each mile of the day ticked by. Words cannot express how grateful I am for your generosity, brother. I am forever indebted and hope to someday try and pay it back and forward to another new rider. After that, I started riding nearly every day. I put more miles on my bike in a month than I had in over a year. I continued through June, and towards the end of the month, I knew it was time to move on. With July coming up fast and the August deadline for the Freedom Promise, I started doing some research. I know that I wanted to chew up some serious miles. A cross-country trip, including some time on Route 66, has been a dream of mine for decades, so I gravitated towards a Road Glide Special. Unfortunately, I just wasn't ready to drop 30 grand on an 800-pound bike after the experiences I had with my 550-pound iron. Doing more research led me to the 2020 Lowrider S, and that's what I went with. I've had the bike for just under a month as of this recording, and I just turned past 1,000 miles. There's more to come, but those will have to be other videos. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like my content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll help in any way I can. ThrottleFiend out.